Hello everyone. Let's go through the easy LeetCode problem of checking whether we are given a palindromic number or not in Java. While going through it, I will try my best to explain the thought process so this may help you in your future tasks. Let's read the problem. Given an integer x, return true if x is a palindrome and false otherwise. Let's understand the task. First of all, what is a palindrome? It is something that reads the same forward or backward. We can see that example 1 is like that, because 121 backwards is still 121. If it was 1221, it would also be a palindrome. We are also given two examples that are good edge cases. Example 2 is the negative number of a palindrome, but it is not 1 because we can't exclude a minus sign. Example 3 is also important because it ends with a 0, which would be lost for an inverted number. We also have a follow-up to make this task a little bit trickier. It says, could you solve it without converting the integer to a string? It makes it trickier because in my opinion converting a number to a string would simplify our task, since we would go through all digits treating them like characters of a string, but instead we need to use simple math while working with a given integer. So how would we do it? As you might remember from your math lessons, dividing a number by 10 would give us how many tens there are in a number, but we also have a remainder of this division. This remainder is how many units this number has. For example, for a number 23, after dividing by 10, we will have 2 as the result, because that's how many tens there are in 23. At the same time, the remainder of this operation would be 3. So by dividing a number by 10, we can get its digits one after another. Let's look at another example, 345. We divide it by 10, we get its remainder as 5. How do we move further, from tens to hundreds and so on? We forget about 345 and start working with 34. After we divide it by 10, we get a remainder of 4, that's our tens, and 3 as the result. We divide it by 10 again, and now we don't have anything as a result, because 3 is less than 10. That tells us that we can stop moving through the number, because it ran out of digits, and we simply need to add 3 to our list of digits to work with. You might ask, since we work with digits, what about a minus sign? Since we know that all negative numbers are not palindromes, we can simply check for those cases at the beginning of our method. We should also account for numbers from 0 to 9, because they are by default palindromes. After we gather all of our numbers, we simply go through both ends and compare them. If at any point ends are not equal to one another, then we don't have a palindrome and we return false. Let's look at our code. As you can see at the beginning of this method, we account for edge cases like negative numbers and numbers from 0 to 9. Then we create our list of digits and fill it by dividing the given number by 10. Remainder of this division is given to us by operator modulo, which is written in Java as a percentage sign. After getting this list, we iterate through both ends of it and compare those ends. If at any point they are not equal, we return false. But if we checked both ends and at all checks they were equal, we return true, because only a palindrome number is capable of that. Let's check the results. All checks are successful and we have a runtime of 6 milliseconds, the top 3 results in terms of speed. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep making more content like this. Thanks for watching.